Welcome to this overview of the Transparent Language System. The first time you run the program, you'll need to set yourself up as a user. Just type your name in the new user field and click OK. Now choose your name, click OK, and you're ready to learn. The main screen contains a series of virtual books. These books contain the various lessons and learning activities. This main screen also includes links to a guided tour and the help files, so users can find plenty of support using the program. You can also add, delete, and change users by clicking on the user link. The reading lessons are a great place to start. Click on the first book to open it. Inside of each book is a table of contents. On this page, users can see the status of each lesson. Before beginning a lesson, let's look at the introduction and resources. Getting started is a help file with lots of tips and ideas for using the Transparent Language System. The language overview provides a history and general overview of the structure of the language. The alphabet reference is a good primer for becoming familiar with the letters and their sounds. Finally, a complete grammar reference and loads of additional online resources are available. Now let's start a lesson. Click on Lesson 1 and turn to its page in the book. On the lesson page, you can read a brief overview of the lesson goals. Each lesson contains 3 sections. You can use any that you want, but it is recommended that you start with the vocabulary. Each lesson contains 1 or more vocabulary lists. Select one to begin your learning. This will launch the Bikey flashcard program. Bikey opens to the 3-step learning process. To begin learning, click on Step 1, Preview it.
El padre,
Become familiar with the material and preview it. Flip through the cards using the Next button.
el hermano,
Tío,
Use the Auto Flip button to have Bikey advance the cards for you automatically.
hijo,
el primo,
Use slow sound anywhere you see the turtle button.
hombre,
This allows you to hear the articulation of the native speaker as the word or phrase is spoken to you.
muchacho,
When you have reviewed all of the flashcards and preview it, you will see the congratulations screen. Click Go to Next Step to move on to recognize it.
el padre,
This step shows you side 2 of the cards in your list and requires you to produce the information from side 1.
la madre,
If you got it right, click Yes. Then Bikey will show you a new card.
el primo,
Once you have correctly answered each card at least 2 times, Bikey will switch to written mode. You will see and hear the language, but now you have to type in the correct answer. If you get confused and type the wrong item, Bikey will show you both items in succession to help you relearn them.
hombre, hombre,
If you make a typo, Bikey allows you to correct it. Either way, Bikey will accept it as correct.
hijo,
When you have correctly typed all of the cards, Bikey is ready to move on to the next step. Now you start to generate the language. This step shows you side 1 of the cards in your list and requires you to produce the information from side 2.
hombre,
Just like before, flip the cards and answer yes or no if you got it right.
hombre, tío,
Finally, Bikey will ask you to type in the foreign language to complete the learning.
el padre,
Keep in mind that for some words in foreign language lists, you may need to type accents, special scripts, or Asian characters.
tío.
Click the blue link here to learn more. When you have completed all 3 steps, Bikey will let you know.
Muchacho,
The test screen in Bikey allows you to check on your progress.
el padre, el hermano,
amigo, hombre, amigo, hijo.
Each list you learn is added to the My Learned Items screen. This screen allows you to see the information about all of the cards you have mastered so far. You'll notice that your learned items are divided into two groups, fresh and stale. When a card has been recently practiced, it is considered fresh, because the knowledge is likely to be fresh in your mind. When a card has gone unseen for a while, it becomes stale, meaning it is possible you need to refresh your memory of what you've learned.
el hermano,
Tío,
You can choose to make backups of the information from the My Learned Items screen at any time. Choose File, Backup My Learned Items Now. A backup will be created on your computer. You can restore this backup at any time. Go to File, Restore My Learned Items. Regularly reviewing and refreshing your knowledge is an important part of learning, so you should refresh your stale items in addition to learning new lists. After refreshing your stale items, click the My Progress tab to see a chart of how you're doing. Close or minimize Bikey and return to the main screen to continue with the lesson. Next, let's try the reading activity. From the lesson page, click on the reading link. The reading screen has a fair amount of activity on it. The main reading window contains the core material. Lessons vary in contents but generally have an introduction, list of vocabulary, sample sentences, reading passages, and/or dialogues. Click on a word to hear the native speaker pronunciation.
yo,
You can also play the entire segment.
Yo tengo un amigo.
Click the continuous play button to have the entire document read to you.
Yo tengo un amigo. Tú tienes un hermano. Ella tiene una hija.
The grammar window shows the grammar for each word and provides extensive drill down into detailed grammar concepts. After learning the key words in Bikey, you should be able to pick up the connecting words in some of the grammar concepts and the reading passages and dialogues. Choose an activity, then choose how you want to work. For instance, you can focus an activity on a certain section of the immersion environment, on just one part of speech, or on your personal check words list. Try crosswords to build both your vocabulary and sentence level skills. What's the missing word in this sentence? Need help? Check the meaning of the sentence. Play the sentence out loud and listen for the word.
¿Ellos tienen una hermana?
If you're stuck, take a free letter. Vocabulous develops your spelling and word skills. Fill in the missing word in a sentence using any of the variety of clues. You can let the program choose the sentences or focus on a particular part of the text.
Sí, yo tengo un hermano y una hermana.
una,
Word dictation focuses on your ability to accurately hear the sounds of your target language.
casa,
It helps you make the important jump from using foreign language sounds to using accurate native language sounds when you speak or listen to your new language.
casa, casa,
Unscramble is a fun way to get comfortable with the way words are arranged into sentences in your new language. The object is to place all of the words in the correct spots in the time allotted.
¿Cómo te llamas tú?
Plug and Play is a fill-in-the-blank activity that tests all your language skills. You'll have to use your overall knowledge of the language because there are no translations.
Un. Coche.
Sentence dictation is the transparent language system's most challenging activity.
Vosotros sois hermanos.
Listen to a complete clause or sentence and type what you hear.
Vosotros sois hermanos.
The pronunciation screen is the place to focus on your listening and pronunciation skills. Select Listen and Speak to freely scroll through the foreign text, choosing words and sentences to work on. Play the native speaker's pronunciation.
Él es un padre.
And then record your own.
Él es un padre.
Use the graphs and meter to help you spot sentences, words, or even parts of words where your ear or pronunciation needs tuning.
Él es un padre.
Él es un padre.
Conversation practice lets you role-play real foreign language conversations. This challenging exercise is a great way to sharpen the kind of listening and speaking skills you need to converse in a foreign language.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas tú?
Hola, yo me llamo Teresa. ¿Y tú?
Yo me llamo José.
¿Eres tú de Buenos Aires?
Sí, yo soy de Buenos Aires.
Choose a dialogue from the immersion environment, and then choose a role to play. When it is your character's turn to speak, use the prompts to determine what to say.
Hola,
Hola.
You can adjust the amount of help available to suit your needs.
Hola.
¿cómo te llamas tú?
¿Cómo te llamas tú? ¿Cómo te llamas tú?
Next, play the same role with a different type of prompting, or choose another role or another dialogue. You have now completed the lesson. You will notice that the lesson status indicator has an arrow in it. You should click this box so that a check mark appears. Return to the table of contents and you will see that your lesson is marked as complete. The Beginner Lesson Series is the equivalent of a one-semester college beginner course. Each lesson has hours of material, so you should take your time. It is very reasonable for each lesson to take a week or more. Do 30 to 45 minutes each day, and your language skills will develop quicker than you might think. Explore all of the books in whatever order you would like. The last two books contain video material providing a different language learning experience more focused on listening than reading. Whatever material you try, we are confident that the transparent language system contains many, many hours of fun, interesting, and effective language learning.
Hola, con ustedes Andrés González de la agencia de viajes Traveltour. Hoy voy a ver a mis tíos y a filmar un anuncio comercial en Madrid.